Welcome to the SharkFest podcast. My name is Ronald Knall and I'm one of the co-developers of Wireshark. In this podcast, we will discuss all things about Wireshark as well as topics from the world of packet analysis and SharkFest, which is our packet analysis and developer conference. You will meet interesting people and learn why the truth is always in the packets. I'm here with Naomi, one of our SharkFest First Time Attendees, who had a fantastic week, I guess, about starting on Monday with the first pre-conference class.
Yes, so I did both days, very intense 7-hour courses. I took the classes with Phil, who is phenomenal. He's just so brilliant, and I just learned so much and felt like I could retain a lot of the information with how he explained his material. I also attended various sessions throughout the week, which were incredible, a lot of which were new to me. So a little intimidating, but still inspiring for me to learn because there's so much to learn in Wireshark. And the people are just so welcoming. I felt so supported here. And that was definitely one of the best highlights of this conference was the people.
So you're a newcomer to the industry. You're starting out with cybersecurity, I think, is your specialty. How do you think this experience shapes your path forward? Is there anything where you learned, I want to do more focus on that area, which I haven't seen before?
To be honest, focusing on networking. Like my end goal, I always say I want to do pen testing. So I'm trying to consistently build myself up to be able to be an efficient pen tester. And I know a lot of people say Wireshark isn't necessarily for security, it's more networking. And, with the more that I learned about Wireshark, I'm like, wow, if I learned more about these protocols, it would help me in the security aspect of it. So I feel like really breaking down and going back and just observing all the RCCs and just going through protocols and really understanding them will help me apply it to my career in the long term. That makes sense.
No, it absolutely makes sense. Our SharkFest is geared towards people from all kinds of experience, from beginners to the intermediates to the advanced level. How do you feel the interaction with the rest of the group, with the rest of the attendees went? What stuck out for you?
So during the escape challenge, that's where I realized, wow, I am so entry level. I'm so entry level. But it was nice because my group, we were, there were people that weren't even in the industry. I had Peter's fiance in my group, and she was great just organizing the data. And Vidi, she was just an out-of-the-box thinker, and all of us kind of collaborated and was able to actually be one of the 3 teams to land in the finals. So I love how, even though I was entry level, Peter still took the time to walk me through as far as learning it, not just, because I know he knows a lot. He really took it. He really dissected it, so I was able to kind of approach the whole challenge.
That's Peter Wu, one of the co-developers.
Yeah, he's great. So, and it's just nice. It's a big melting pot, and it was actually very encouraging to hear other people don't use Wireshark as habitually as everyone else, because I'm like, okay, we're kind of in the same boat. So yeah.
Did you get a chance to speak to the sponsors and learn little bit about their products? Did any one of those products stood out to you or gained especially your interest?
I learned about Beyond as far as machine learning and applying AI to packet captures. That was very interesting. I actually attended a workshop today. It was a lot because machine learning, I don't know, my brain is just weird with kind of retaining and absorbing that information. But it was very cool because he did give us a demo. I do not remember his name. He walked us through because, we had the treasure hunt. So, everyone wants to get the answer, but it was nice, he walked us through okay, this is how you get the answer. You're not going to just get the free stamp. So it was very cool to kind of see it in action. Mm-hmm. I also spoke to Chris, who's so funny, but I didn't really retain that much information about live action just because I wasn't there long enough to talk to him about it.
That's Chris Bloom.
Yeah, we spoke more on a personal level, just career interests and things of that sort.
I think he's a great person to talk about that because he has a vast experience in various areas of the industry. and he can really push you into the direction which you might not have thought of before. So he's a really great person to talk to. Last but not least, we do have additional SharkFests coming up, one of them in the US next year.
Okay.
Apparently on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
You looking forward to attending another SharkFest?
Yes, just tell me where it is. And I'll be there.
Well, I can tell you from our experience, we will be very glad to host you again.
Yes.
Thank you, Naomi.
Thank
for
you.
participating. And yeah, see you at the next SharkFest.
Thank you. See you soon.
Philip here is another one of our first-time attendees of SharkFest, this time from Austria, my home country. How was the week?
It was very exciting. I learned a lot of new people, a lot of new technical things. It was very interesting. Every single session I was overwhelmed with new information, with new people, with new impressions of Wireshark basically. And I'm very excited to even for the last few sessions. And even in the breaks, I loved talking with other people. It was a little bit intimidating, I would say. I was very intimidated by people who have like 20 years of experience. We noticed them on the stage, and it was, you don't know what to say. And basically after this week, I noticed I don't know anything, basically.
But in a good way.
In a good way, of course, yes.
Yeah. You attended the pre-conference classes as well?
I did, yes.
Which one?
The pre-conference class 2 with Sake, the filtering on Monday, and the TCP analysis on Tuesday with Jasper.
How did that go?
As I said, I was overwhelmed, basically. On the first day, I knew I used Wireshark, of course, already, and I used the filters, and so I thought I know what he's talking about. No, after about 1 hour, I completely forgot everything, and he started with even assembly and machine language, which was very interesting, and I learned a lot. And also with Jasper, a very nice guy, I have to add. Basically, everyone is a very nice guy, I have to add. But very, very, very likable guy, and teaching us about TCP analysis, which was also very interesting. And I got a lot of text written on my notebook, which I hopefully will be able to use in the future.
Okay. From the other classes, from the other 3 days of the conference, what would you say stuck out the most session-wise? What is something you can recall immediately out of the head? What was impressive?
I would say the most impressive one, I think his name was Andrea. It was on Thursday, yesterday. He was talking about webcam, and what this camera is communicating with. And so I made a Wireshark trace, of course, with the camera in a special network, and then noticed, okay, it's talking with America, it's talking with London, China, and so on and so forth. And then dug deeper into the Wireshark trace, and then he noticed, okay, it's when it's communicating with America, it's communicating with an US government server, and he pointed out, okay, this server is used with this company, and this company is related to this one, and so on and so forth. I was just sitting there basically with a very wide open mouth and thought, wow, that is really impressive, I have to say. But again, I was impressed by actually every single session I attended to.
We have a lot of sponsors. We had any chance to talk to those? What stuck out?
I did. I had a lot of chances, of course, in the breaks. And to me, the one that stuck out the most was the Profit Hub, basically. I was very interested in, because we, in our case, or in my job, we use SBCs, and it's very hard sometimes to capture traces on the SBC, especially in the past, when the customer says, okay, we had an issue 3 days ago, 1 week ago, I don't know. And then we say, okay, we have to reproduce it, but most of the times it's an issue. It just happens once a month or something like this. Okay, we don't have traces, we can't analyze it, of course. And with ProfitHub, for example, it would be very easy to just install it there, capture traces, all kinds of traces, everything from ARP, DNS to the application, whatever, you name it, and analyze it someone else.
I have to ask one more question regarding to SharkFest. We do have some games we play during the week. And you were you won a medal yesterday, I think. Was it?
No, unfortunately not. We tried our best.
You tried your best? Okay.
Tried our best. We worked very well together as a team in the Escape Challenge. It was very fun. We worked very well together as a team. Everyone had their own little information they can put into the challenge, into solving the challenge, hopefully. But it was very interesting, also very hard, also very difficult. I'm no expert in decrypting or finding something odd in traces, but still everyone, also me of course, hopefully, was able to add something very, very interesting for others to learn for the Wireshark trace and decrypt, to find something in the trace and to at least get forward. I even thought we didn't manage to solve the whole puzzle, but we needed a little bit more time, like 5 minutes, than we might have had the first answer.
So, all that experience put together, will we see you again?
I hope so. I very much hope so, especially when it's Vienna. Then I will try my best to do. You've been to Vienna, I know. I followed them, but I haven't had the chance to visit the Wireshark conference. But I'm looking forward to seeing you the next time, of course.
Then thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you too.
Hope to see you again.
Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm sitting here with Naomi, one of our first timers at SharkFest Europe. And I just wanted to ask you, how was your experience so far? How did you like it?
So far, I really liked it. Like, yeah, the chance of having also like two different, speakings, let's say at the same time, and having the opportunity to go to one or another, like, also was quite cool. And also like the topics spoken here and so on, like I really found them like, quite interesting. And so therefore, like, I don't know, I like so far it's been a really good experience.
Did you feel the welcomed? Had you many connections with other people, or?
Yeah, like, I don't know, like quite friendly, I could say, like also quite helpful. Like, I don't know, open-minded also. I don't know, like, quite friendly and open to meet you, to know a little bit more about you and so on. So, yeah.
You visited quite a variety of classes. You were at Phil Shade's class, I think, today. And how do you like the talks? Is any talk that you especially have in mind that stuck with you right away, or?
So I could say the last one, it was called "It is encrypted." So now what? Like, and like how to how to know which what information is given in the packages, which even if there's encrypted data, you can't really see, and you can't really tell which kind of communication is going on and so on. He was Phil something, I do not remember. Phil Shade, still. And I really found it like super interesting. Like maybe because also I'm quite interested also in the security area and so perhaps, but I don't know. I really liked it. Like also like how he presented, like the topics he spoke about and so on. So
you also attended the panel we had this morning about with the different sponsors and presenters. Do you think there was something you can take away from that panel? Was there some interesting topics they raised? In general?
So it was about Wireshark in the future, right?
Yes.
Maybe there was a question, I think it was, like talking about the number of protocols, because like, Betty said also yesterday in another talk, that there were so many protocols, and that of course like nobody can know every single protocol, how it works, and how are the packages, the all the information, right? And like they were asking today, if the number of protocols will increase, decrease, or maintain the same. It really shocked me a little bit to think about it, because I never asked myself this question, right? Because like, of course, like for security, for example, following with the security topic, there are so many different ways of implementing the security. And therefore it's like, okay, but I mean, somehow we have also to optimize the way we are treating the data, and also the storage problem and so on. And therefore, like, I really think it was like a quite interesting question. Like, just to question yourself if they will increase, decrease, or like maintain, right? Because like, as I said, perhaps because of optimization, you could say like, okay, then like a little bit less protocols, which do basically like the important stuff or the basic stuff is enough. But then you think about like, but maybe all kind of data cannot be treated the same way. Therefore, like perhaps you need a little bit more, number of protocols or different protocols, more specific. So
we also follow trap to the fact that we never delete protocols, because for us it's also a little bit of a badge of honor to have that many. So even if the protocol, I mean, there was one point raised which actually is legit, that we could see if any of those protocols are still in play. I would probably guess no, but there are a lot of things we could prune, but at the same time it's just a level of pride to have that many.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we software developers at heart. We only have tomorrow for our SharkFest experience. Would you say this is something you recommend, especially would you recommend as a conference to women?
Yeah, to women, definitely. I mean, because as a woman, like what I experienced also like in university and so, was that there are not those many from us, let's say, studying like, more IT stuff, or like, working in this area, right? And I don't know, I really think it's something important and quite interesting to be part of, right? And therefore I would definitely recommend for women, like maybe not to do it because like maybe they don't like it, but at least to gather information and to try to like know a little bit more about the topics, and then they can say like, okay, it does not interest me at all, or maybe it could interest me, right?
Picking up from the topic from this morning, and this will be the last question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I mean, it's a stupid question, I know, but do you see yourself in cybersecurity, security network field, or do you think it will evolve into something else, occupation-wise?
Okay. So, I mean, it's a little bit difficult to know, because like, right now I work in automotive in Germany, and like, I come from Basque Country, so like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, if you asked me like, where do you see yourself in 3 years, it could be like, I don't know, like somewhere in Bilbao or Basque Country, like, I mean, I didn't even think about what to do. And then I started with automotive when I did not have any background about it, and I really liked it. So where do I see myself in 5 years? I don't know, but hopefully somewhere where I still can learn new things, new stuff, and like, I can apply also what I already learned. But I couldn't know, like in security, or I don't know, or maybe teaching, or I don't know, no idea.
But thank you very much for doing this, and thank you very much for the interview, and I hope you enjoy it tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll see you again at the SharkFest.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you.
Hello to another interview with one of our first-time attendees at SharkFest. This time with Dirk, who, by the way, is not only a first-time attendee, but he's also a presenter this time around as well. So you did the full circle and did everything at the beginning. how was your experience? How was your week?
So the week was really perfect. So I arrived on Wednesday a little bit late. Next time I think I will start on Monday. And Matteo already mentioned out that I did a presentation with a colleague of mine. So he took me with him, and he was a guy who has an idea to come here. And in our company, we are using Wireshark to measure the network and to analyze the network on our trains. So we are a train operator from Switzerland. And for me, it was a pleasure to be here. It was very interesting to talk to other people who are doing more or less the same. So you can ask questions, you will get the answers. If they don't know the answers, they know somebody who can answer it. So you can talk to the developers of Wireshark. That's really great. So it was really a pleasure.
You go to any other talks? Was any one of them that especially stood out to you?
For sure. That was the reason why I was here. So I attend to other talks like, for example, encryption. So that's also one point in our business that we encrypt the data. So it was interesting to see how I can decrypt the data so that I can see my messages in the communication protocol, and that was really helpful because I haven't done that before, and now I want to try it when I'm at home. So
we also have a few sponsors here. Did you get a chance to interact with them? Anything that came to mind or that stuck with you?
Yes, I was looking around, and I found also ProfiShark sponsor, and I've bought also a tool from them. So I've bought one ProfiShark this year, and for us it's very helpful to see. Well, what was helpful, they asked me how I use it in our trains. So where are the problems? What is needed? So that I realized that they want to have really a feedback. And therefore we discuss it, and I think later on we will meet us again, maybe in Switzerland, and check out what can be done better and how it can be fixed. Because one point is the functionality of this tool, the other point is the integration into the environment. So
I can say, at least on that regard, that also we are working very closely with Profitop, the company behind the ProfiShark, to have a better integration into Wireshark as well. So yeah, they're really great people, and they really appreciate feedback and further enhancement requests to their product. You already mentioned that you want to come again to a SharkFest. Are you looking forward to coming one in Europe, or would you even try to go to one in the US?
Well, US, it's a long distance for us, but nevertheless, I think if you combine it with holiday, then it's really not really a problem. So what I heard, maybe next year it should or would be in the US, and I think if there's a chance, I will try to go there.
Yeah, then thank you very much, Dirk. Pleasure to have you
Thank you
here, and I hope to see you at another one.
For sure. Thank you.
Another one of our first time attendees at SharkFest came up to us, this time Michelle. Michelle, how was your experience being at SharkFest for the first time?
I find it very interesting because it's very broad. It's very nice to see other ways Wireshark is used, etc. Other protocols, other interests, security also, encryption. It's all very interesting.
Was there a specific talk or a specific discussion on the stage that you found especially interesting, or where you say, okay, wow, this alone would have been enough to come here?
The encryption is very interesting, and the decryption, of course.
The talk by Peter Wu?
Yeah. Also the certificates, etc. TLS decryption, that's very interesting.
You're using Wireshark on a daily basis?
Yes.
Company to just normal analysis, or are you a more in-depth user?
In depth, very, but mainly in the voice over IP area. And then often customers have issues with one-way voice, no voice, whatever, delayed voice, packet drop, all this kind of stuff.
Did you attend any of the pre-conference classes?
Yes, the filtering of sake. Yeah,
How was that?
that was good.
How did it go?
Yeah, I was wondering in advance, can he tell a whole day about filtering? Because filtering is just filtering,
Yeah.
but he has too little time to explain everything. It was funny.
I assume this was a talk where you learned quite a lot about how you can do the different variants of filtering.
How you can do it more efficient, mainly.
Mhm.
So I can filter a lot, but you teach types of filtering which are more intelligent, or which is embedded in a profile or whatever. Yeah.
So one more reason to come to one of our pre-conference classes.
Yes.
Did you had a lot of time to interact with other people here?
Yes.
To go cross field?
Yes.
How was that experience?
Yes. The first hours, the first day, it's a little bit, how should I say, less interaction. But after one day, everybody knows everybody, and you know the interests or where they work, etc. And then it goes more fluently. Yeah.
We do have a lot of sponsors this time around. Had you any chance to talk to them?
I did visit them. Yeah.
And how did it went?
Why, like the Profi Tab, etc. It's interesting because these guys do a lot of filtering. Also, the other one, the live action. Yeah, they also do a live filtering, etc. It's impressive. It's a lot of data which is combined quite easily in like HTML or whatever. Yeah.
Do you think that one of those devices is something you can recommend to get at your job, or?
They're both interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, final question: will you be returning?
I will be rejoining.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's
Thinking about the US one or the European one?
the European, US is far. Yeah. Yeah. It's quite far.
Any preference of where we go the next time?
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter.
No.
That's
No.
the perfect answer.
No.
Thank you very much for doing this, and hope to see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this installment of the SharkFest podcast. If you want to stay informed about upcoming episodes, please subscribe to our podcast on YouTube or your podcasting platform of choice. My name is Ron Knall. See you next time.